Hi everyone, I'm immigration attorney Brudner, and today I'm going to talk about the K-1 fiancé visa interview, how to prepare for it, and what to bring with you. If you are new to our channel, please like, subscribe, and just join us for more information and immigration content. The K-1 interview, if you are approved at your interview, you will receive a 90-day visa that is very specific. The purpose of this visa is to be able to travel to the United States, to get married to your U.S. citizen petitioner. And then once you are married, you can apply for residency. You can apply to become a green card holder and become a lawful permanent resident through adjusting your status here in the United States. Okay, so when you received your invitation for your interview, you'll receive a notice. Usually it's an email with what date and time you should appear for your interview. Also, it will discuss what to bring with you and what are the next steps that you are required to do. So please follow the instructions carefully. This changes, it varies from post to post, from consulate to embassy around the world. So it's very important to read the instructions. Also, usually the instructions refer you to the website. So go to the website of the U.S. Embassy or consulate and read the instructions there. There you'll receive some more general information like security and other information that you need to know about what you can and cannot bring into the building with you. Okay, what documents to bring? That again would be included in the letter, but generally speaking, you have to bring things like the actual letter with your interview date and time. You have to bring identity documents. You have to bring relationship documents and financial documents. Okay, relationship documents, we'll talk about those a little bit later. And financial documents, again, depends on the post, the consulate, the embassy. You might have to bring with you or submit an affidavit of support by the petitioner that can show that the petitioner can financially support you when you're in the United States. Okay, it's not always required, but make sure you read your notice and see if you need that. Okay. So you have everything with you that you need. You double check the instructions, you double check the website, and you come for your interview. Now, when you go to your interview, I recommend to dress professional, respectful, avoid being too casual, no flip-flops, no like sweatshirts, no hats, no sandals, no kind of loose boots. Really, the goal is for you to show that you are respecting this process and that you're taking it seriously. Okay, you want to make a great impression on the officer. So when you get to your interview, you have to be ready to answer the questions. And what are the questions? What should you be prepared to answer? So the most common questions really are relationship questions. And you need to be ready to discuss your relationship with your fiance. Questions like, how did you meet? How have you been maintaining your relationship long distance? What are your future plans? Do you have any plans for your wedding yet? Do you have anything reserved or anything concrete? Where are you going to live in the United States? What are your goals for your future? Okay, so those kind of questions. So really be prepared to answer those questions. And then my recommendation is to practice, right? Now, when I say practice, I don't mean memorize. So some of our clients, they think they need to memorize their answers, but that is really not my advice. It's not recommended. When you memorize something, it doesn't sound authentic. It kind of actually sounds a little suspicious, like, why are you memorizing this? So just practice saying it out loud, practice speaking about it, and also practice talking about evidence that you have and documents that you have. So here's where you need to bring with you and prepare with you documents to show the authenticity of your relationship, right? That it's authentic, that it's real. That's what's called bona fide. And in terms of documents to bring with you to prove your relationship, our recommendation is to bring pictures, to bring proof of your communication, proof of your meeting in person. You have met at least one time, but if you've met more, have traveled to anywhere together? Have you flew anywhere? Have you stayed at hotels, visited different attractions? If you have, then bring confirmations and vouchers and email confirmations that you have from those different kinds of events. If you have met your families, then bring proof of that. If you have pictures of yourself with your family, those are really, really good types of evidence to bring with you. Okay. And my recommendation is to kind of be prepared to talk about the documents, like I said, when you answer the questions. So for example, if I'm applying for the visa and the officers ask me, so can you talk about your relationship with your fiance? I might say something like this. Well, I met my fiance about 3 years ago online on social media, and it was actually Instagram. And then he DM'd me and we started to talk. And we talked like that for about a year. And then finally, he came to visit me in my home country. He stayed here for about 3 weeks. That was 2 years ago, between this date and that date. And when he visited me, he met my family. And we, went to different locations, different attractions. And then actually, last year we also met in Mexico. We both flew into Mexico. It was really fun. We stayed for a whole week at a beautiful resort, and I actually brought some pictures from our last meeting, flight confirmations for both of us, and hotel reservations, and some of the proof of the attractions that we did when we met in person. Yeah, so that's an example of how I talked briefly about a relationship, and also offered to show documents, that I have documents with me to show proof of that additional meeting. Okay. Finally, it's really, really important to be honest, to be straightforward about your relationship, about your past, about your immigration history in the US, if you've ever been or not. Remember that the officers do have access to previous applications for previous visas. So it's really important just to be very, very honest. And if you don't remember something, you can say that you don't recall. If you're not sure what the officer is asking, then you can ask for clarifications, or ask for the officer to repeat the question. And I say this because I want to make sure that you are answering to the question, right? So you know what you're answering, you understand the question, and you're speaking the most accurate information that you have to the best of your knowledge. Okay. So those are my top tips for your K1 interview. If you need any help, feel free to reach out. We would love to help you with your interview. And if not, good luck. I know you can do this.